Well, I want to thank our panel members from CAFNA for their presentation close to the ground on what we are doing and what the capacity is, and this is just a small part of it. I want to now address the rest of the University of Missouri, because I think today we forget that universities are involved on many fronts, and attention is divided on other issues, such as making sure we have enough students studying abroad. And the University of Missouri is one of the universities with the fastest growing number of study abroad students in the country. We have on our campus now over 2,000 international students with concentration from China and Korea and India. Of course, these are countries that have money to pay for the students and also to pay for our collaborations, which is another thing that should be recognized. We have alumni in 116 countries around the world and students on the campus today from 109 countries. In terms of relationships, partnerships, and this is a tricky one because many individuals begin to refer to partnership as Facebooks for institutions. But we have 200 partnerships with entities around the world, not only universities, but with entities like the personnel bureaus of several other provinces of China and in Korea. And I bring those up because we have an occasion to train mid-level executives in the provinces, people who make decisions about how money is spent, and people who influence where the parents send their children to school. And so those are some of our good alumni who are in a position to generate some results. And that partly explains why we are so heavily involved in that region, is because of the availability of resources. Now, we have the good fortune to have an internationalized faculty. In our life sciences faculty, I would guess maybe 50% of them speak more than one language, and they hail from places from around the world. In engineering, we have a large number of faculty members from China, Korea, and other countries such as Iraq. The presence of our large number of international faculty has caused us to recognize that we have an asset called relationships. And those relationships that go on, whether they're funded by MU or USAID, things are happening where people and ideas have been knitted together. And in those situations, the people are smart enough to seek out funding from wherever they can get it. That is not only happening at MU, but at our land-grant universities around the world. With the kind of connectivity we have now and the possibilities that are unfolding so rapidly, it means that U.S. universities can move forward beyond the lack of funding from our own domestic agencies, but to embrace funding from others that are becoming heavily involved in Africa. There is a message there, because in our work in China and in Korea, we know that much land has been purchased in Africa. We know that many agribusiness corporations are purchasing land in Africa, because as Roger Thoreau said, it is the next front. In order for us to be able to sustain the capacity to produce enough food to feed the 9 billion people who will be around on this earth in a short period of time. So, MU, like many other universities, has a strong faculty, but MU, differently from many universities, has a faculty that is committed and ready to serve. The one problem I have with MU's faculty is that they're too modest. I made that observation when I came here from Tennessee a few years ago. There's a whole lot that goes on beneath the surface that you probably should become aware of over time. Well, I think we are at a point where we can go to the question and answer session. And I want to make a comment about the panel. They allowed me 3 minutes of reprieve so that next week Brady won't be asking me, why didn't you do your job well? So now we're going to open it up for questions from the board and then from anyone else.